Baby, let's make a run for the border. I've got a hunger, only tacos can't stop. I know exactly what I want to order. 3 tacos, 2 tostadas, and a soda pop. I need to make a run for the border. If you pay, I'll take off my top. Do you remember what I want to order? 3 tacos, 2 tostadas, and a soda pop. Yeah, and don't forget the hot sauce, Cholo. Um, I guess I finished like most of my essays. Got one left. It's gonna be the hardest one though. It looks like I have an earring, but it's just my new headphones. They're actually pretty sweet. They're the Sony WF 1000 WF X 1000 or WF 1000 XM4, I think. They're pretty sweet. I got them on sale. And also I had a $50 gift card, but they still came to $300 after all of the deductions, so it's still pretty expensive, but they're honestly great. So it's kind of nice using these. I got them today. Made me feel better. I woke up actually today with a terrible headache because I stayed up all night last night, like till 6 a.m. doing essays. And I did like 2 yesterday or last night, and then finished one today. And that's all my science fiction essays done. And then now I have to do one more on the final one, which is the hardest one for me anyway, is on uh is due still. It's still overdue, but I can do it and then I'll be done for good for this last semester. And then basically I'll have like a couple days to regenerate or recuperate, whatever, relax. And then I'll be going to my final semester, and that'll be sweet. Final semester at university, at undergraduate degree anyway. Uh, it'll be nice to be finally graduated. I actually um somehow missed out on like a job opportunity or interview today because I'm graduating. It's kind of like I had been signed up for this thing for years already that they look for jobs. Your name goes into a pool and they just like keep you open for jobs for like indigenous students. And they contacted me today saying they had they want me to. I've been selected for an interview at the Canada Border Service Agency working on policy. And she called me, and then as soon as I said like, "Oh, it's my last semester," she said, "Oh, sorry, this is only for students who are returning to work. I don't even get or returning to school. I don't even get how that works. Like, what's the difference? Like, why does it matter that I'm returning to school or not? Isn't it actually better because I'd be more available with being graduated?" Like, it literally made no sense, but I couldn't really argue it with her. I just tried to ask like, what's the position exactly, because I wanted to see if it was like a really good one, right? But she said she's not the hiring manager, she's just contacting people. So yeah, but I don't know. I kind of like had a headache so bad this morning, but I asked Victoria to borrow a Tylenol or like have one. She gave me two, so that was nice. I just took one and it took my headache away. But I definitely had a headache because I yesterday, like I said, I stayed up way too late, and also just been like, with the way I've been feeling, I've been taking a lot of stuff. Like yesterday, I took Tylenol, and I took this pills for like adrenal fatigue, whatever. It's like has a lot of tyrosine, ginseng, some other stuff. And that pill is good, makes you feel good. It's just, and it's not too bad, but it's all stimulating the same thing. It's all working on the same thing. Um, is the dopamine and reward system receptors in the brain. So, like, all of these things are basically affecting the dopamine system. So my dopamine system is pretty much depleted. And also, like, with my habit of something I don't want to really say because it's kind of embarrassing, but watching porn is like also stimulating the dopamine receptor and everything too. So it's like everything is just like my brain is just constantly in that state of depletion. So that's why I get headaches and stuff when I don't take anything, don't have any caffeine. Caffeine is another one. Sugar too. Drink a lot of like sugary drinks. Not good. And just like all these things. So like the the body and the mind just always trying to, and like vaping, nicotine too. But the body and the mind is just always trying to like maintain or chase that sort of like hot, good feeling again because it doesn't want to be in the sort of the low state. It's trying to return to that high state. So it's like once you sort of abuse your reward systems, just like with any addict, you always have the subsequent like low period, and oftentimes it's not like you're getting high, but you're just returning to normal. Now I'm not like a terrible addict or anything of anything, but I just have all these like soft addictions and all these various different things, but they're all operating on the same reward system in the brain. So even things like social media addiction, checking my phone and being on my phone for 10 hours a day is a bad thing because, well, for a few reasons, but also because like just the mind and the body, or the mind, I guess, is just always looking for a new exciting, stimulating thing to hold attention and release some feel good chemicals. Whereas the way to solve this sort of problem would be to have would be to go through a period of no stimulation for a long time and allow the body to restore itself to not requiring all these different things, sort of go through that withdrawal period of feeling like crap and return the body to a state where similar to before all of this stuff, like many years ago, probably like, I don't even know, would be like 20 years ago when I was like 6 years old. You know, you can be very content and happy with just normal things, not just because you're just a small child, but because your mind and your everything has not been abused constantly yet. So yeah, I think as we get older, like these things, these changes that we see are also a result of changes in motivation and everything, and whatever changes that come with growing up. They're also sort of like partly due to overstimulation that society offers to us. You know, I'm not trying to blame society. Obviously, they're all my choices, but you could be really naive and think that, much like I was, and think that because something feels good and you do it every day, it's not somehow damaging or depleting or creating dependence in the brain. I didn't really know that um, addiction to various like soft addictions, like having various soft addictions, was all just sort of operating on the same system in the brain, the reward system, like the dopamine system. And so now that I kind of understand that a little bit better, I can really see that, hey, maybe I should take a break, try and do one of these 1 month, um, there's a term for it, but it's like a 1 month dopamine fast, I think is the term. And that would just be like living a very boring life by my current standard, but a actually clear and fulfilling life because I'm not just going to be constantly fighting this state of boredom with and and pain with more things that stimulate the dopamine receptors. And that's always appealed to me for a very long time, actually, because I always kind of thought about the ultimate outcome of things in life and uh, what the best way of living is, what the best optimal um, like not like meaning of life and lifestyle and all these different things, like what will make me the happiest. And now that I'm older, I've kind of understand I'll be happier with less in my day and with like better quality of what I actually do, because then my attention won't be so completely strained and poor and weak, and my mental state will be clearer. Like a lot of days walking around, I feel like I just have like this tunnel vision. It's a very like limited view of the world just straight in front of me. And then in the periphery, in my mental space, like around that tunnel vision, is just all kind of like negative thoughts and like rumination and feeling negative and stuff like that. And um, it feels very comfortable, not because it feels good, but because I know it, because it's how I've kind of like experienced and worked myself into like this sort of rut and hole. And it's like a comfortable rut, it's a comfortable hole for sure. Um, but I think, yeah, it could definitely be changed, but like it's probably not gonna change immediately or quickly, but knowing about it and talking about it is for sure the first step, because then I can, slowly work toward changing and taking action, changing how I live and what I do and my habits. Um, but yeah, uh, I still have that one essay to do. And today, I don't know, I didn't really do too much. I kind of woke up late because I had a very bad sleep. I kind of fell asleep with the window open or the curtain open, and the bright light was shining out my eyes when I woke up, and I felt like such a headache. And then I kind of like quickly submitted what I had done to my professor, and then I slept a bit more, woke up and finished the rest, submitted it to him. So now that all that stuff for the science fiction is out of the way, and I can work on the last one, which is the English 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 literature and culture in the Middle Ages stuff. It is fairly interesting, like reading all this stuff. I definitely love English. I love reading, writing, and I'm particularly interested in semantics and etymology of words. I find them all to be very fascinating. Um, I love rhetoric too. Rhetoric is very interesting to me. Persuasive speech. Um, yeah, and just I guess what I'm struggling with is this with this project is that I kind of picked a topic that I don't like, which I kind of talked about the last vlog I did, but about feminism and stuff. And I'm not like super into that, but I kind of picked it, I think, mostly because I was didn't know what to write about, and I knew that the teacher is sort of like one of these feminist types that grades highly if you repeat what she wants to hear, which is like every teacher, but this one is just more into like feminism and whatever. But so yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do a vape trick right now. Sweet. Got a couple of rings there. Oh, here's something. So my friend Jesse Algio, he's gonna be, or he wants to go to yoga tomorrow, which is cool because I haven't been in such a long time and I still have the membership. But it'd be nice to go back. I'm definitely out of shape. I tried 2 pull-ups today, and like two was basically enough. Like I could have done three, but two was already really hard. Which is telling me like my body is super out of shape. Like I used to be able to do pull-ups, like for sure I could do like 10 or 12 or something before, like back when I was in good shape. But I guess like there's no kidding myself. It's like been years already since I've been really into the gym, so it's gonna be nice to go back to yoga because yoga is like not too hard, and it's definitely a good full body workout, good for everything, the mind, the body, the soul. They're always super nice and have a message every class, which is really nice. I appreciate that. I've definitely thought about some of the messages in my life, like the appreciating silence messages, and appreciating stopping, like every red light, don't just rear to go, appreciate the stop in life and the stopping times. And also like don't eat while you're constantly distracted, which I do a lot, but instead you can eat your meal just with nothing and just enjoy the food and chew the food thoroughly and just taste the food. All of the messages are really centered around the idea of presence, and that's a good message. Mindfulness, presence, being aware of what is going on around you is a really good thing. And it's sort of related to what I was talking about earlier about the abusing the reward system in the brain, because like people are naturally inclined to, from birth, to seek out what feels good, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just we can really be manipulated by our environment around us so easily, especially with access to endless content and endless funny videos, endless pornography, or food, or nicotine, or marijuana. Is my friend, he's always getting high every day. I don't think it's good for him. And just, but it's legal now to buy it, so it's like, you know um, but yeah, so we have these options available to us, and it takes some real discipline and self-control and introspection, and honesty to really think about, is this good for me? You know, am I really happy, rather in a long going to be happy longer term, or is it more of like the hedonistic type of immediate happiness and just constantly trying to feel happy right now? So, and also like dating is another one that's a big one too, because of the dating apps, and attention from other people is huge. Looking for attention through what we post and whatever, and trying to build an image of ourselves that will be perceived in the way we want it to be perceived, which is, I don't know if that's good or not. I don't think it's good. Um, but yeah, for sure, I just sort of enjoying talking to the camera lately and having this sort of quiet time with myself, which is nice. I really want to get over the sort of the feeling of being observed, or thinking that I'm going to be observed, which is what I like about posting these to nobody, and that nobody sees them, because feeling like somebody is watching me has been in my mind my entire life. I'm a very like anxious person, socially, so it doesn't like make me feel relaxed to be observed, um, or in the spotlight, even though I like it, or naturally want connection with other people. I just struggle with uh, I struggle with when people give me attention. it makes me feel anxious, like I'm going to embarrass myself in some way and be rejected by them, um, or that my personality will split and I'll be acting weird because I'm now acting in a way that I am trying to like build some image of myself that I can't maintain, and it gives me deep anxiety because I have trouble with integrating like the different parts of myself, I guess. Um, so yeah, I have that sort of dissociative quality, and yeah, it can be scary for me for sure. But yeah, so yeah, posting these, I'm trying to like just sort of be myself, I guess, and not worry about what that it is or what that looks like. And even right now, when I say that, for some reason, there's like a defensive mechanism in me that makes me feel teary, and I don't know why exactly that is, but it's scary to me when I feel like this because I struggle with expressing emotion and letting emotion out, for other people to see. So now, with no one else seeing this, it's okay and it's safe. So I'm trying to help myself realize that's safe. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot to say because I've never really said something like that before, even though it's kind of how I feel. um, but yeah, feeling a bit like anxious even right now. So I'm probably gonna end this video.